sell your pussy somewhere else. I fucking told my parents about you. I fucking hate my life.
No reaction will always be the best reaction. You know, I have men message me about this all the time. You know, Al, she started an OnlyFans, what do I do? Or she became a stripper, or she's disrespecting me, what do I do? You act like a man. I mean, there's no violence. None of that. Why? What's the point? There's men out here that need to hear this message today, man. You know, you can get some truth here. You know, no reaction will always be the best reaction. Whether they cheat on you, they disrespect you. You as a man, dude, you need to walk away, man. You need to walk away and understand that, you know, God is going to throw you things sometimes, and sometimes those things are hard, but those things eventually will turn into the best thing that ever happened to you. You know, I know a lot of you guys are going through it right now. You click on this video and, you know, maybe you don't know me, maybe you do, but I'm telling you guys right now that, you know, this channel is here for growth. It's here for men that are trying to build themselves, man. You know, starting shit from scratch. You know, and I'm telling you guys that, you know, a woman can do one of two things in your life. She's going to push you up, or she's going to tear you down. There's men out here every day dealing with it, man. Cheating, getting cheated on, disrespected, bull, drama, trauma, killing themselves. I don't want to be here anymore. Homie, there is no woman in existence that is worth any kind of violence. None. I don't care who it is. I don't care how long you've been with her, G. You know, the best thing you can do for yourself as a man is find the Lord, Jesus Christ. Find him, you know, and chase him before he comes after you. You know, and I know how a lot of people don't really understand that, but I'm telling you, bro, I've seen a lot of people change their lives. You know, and especially when it comes to God, man, you know, just understanding that, you know, you have a God that loves you, man. You know, you don't got to go out and deal with this disrespect. You know, a lot of us don't want to be alone, you know, when it comes to, you know, relationships, when it comes to anything in life. We don't want to be alone. Oh, I can't do this alone. You're not alone, homie. You're not alone in business. You're not alone in anything, because once you invite God into your life, and you invite him into your career, you invite him into your relationship, you invite him into whatever it is you're doing in your life, you're going to find out that you have a best friend and a father all in one. You know, and like, that's what changed my life around, you know, him. Because I used to be that same way, man, you know, where I was quick to anger, you know, I was quick to be upset about things, or, you know, something's not going right in my life. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm 100% good at that even to this day, man. You know, that I still struggle. I struggle with anger. I struggle with, you know, getting frustrated over things. Not this dude in this video, right? Getting frustrated. Instead of getting frustrated, take a minute and just realize and think about, what would God want in this, right? Well, what am I supposed to do as a man? You know, am I supposed to give in and let these women control my life? Or am I supposed to take control and take action in my own personal life and do what I need to do? You know, and like a majority of times, you're going to find out that the best thing you can do in this life is move forwards. A lot of men will sit and they'll tolerate disrespect. They'll tolerate, you know, for weeks, months, years, dude. Some people are 10 years into a relationship, still getting disrespected, still getting treated like trash, you know, and like they're staying and why? Why are you doing it to yourself, man? You know, there's a whole other world out there that you guys are not seeing. And I know a lot of you guys are in those relationships right now, you know, toxic and just trash. You know, and like, you don't think that there's another world out there because all you know is her. That's all you know. You know, a majority of cases, man, a lot of these men out here that message me, all they know is their woman. That's all they know. You don't understand, man, that when you take that time and you heal yourself, you're going to find this thing called peace on the other side, man. You're going to find peace with God. You're going to find peace when you continue to work on yourself every day. You know, a lot of men, they don't believe in themselves, man. They don't believe that they can. And, you know, I'm here to tell you today, man, that if I can do it, I'm just a small town kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm nothing special. I made a whole Instagram. I made a whole Instagram. Well, how many? 700 something thousand followers now, even though they're friggin', they're trying to take down my account right now. But besides the point, you know, it's like a TikTok, same thing. YouTube, same thing. I started a business myself. I started a merch company myself. And it was all due, number one, to the grace and the mercy of God, right? Number one. But number two, my actions, what I was doing with my time. You know, a lot of you guys are out here chasing these women and, you know, are in these toxic situations, and it drains you, man. It drains you mentally. It drains you physically. It affects your soul. It affects your minds, you know, and that's why I tell, what I tell God, right, is anything that is not for me, please remove it. You know, not only that, but just, you know, how do I approach these next steps in my life? You know, whatever it is that you're doing. You know, a lot of men don't realize that you have the power, man. You know, you have the same spirit that rose Jesus is inside of you. Isn't that great? That's pretty great, if you ask me, man. You know, you have that spirit inside of you right now. What can you do with God? What can you do with this much faith, bro? You can move mountains. You know, and like whether that comes to your business or it comes to, you know, if you're trying to get in the stock market, I'm going to be having videos coming on this channel here pretty soon. that I'm going to show you guys how to make money in the stock market, you know, how to get funded, what funding is, etc. These things that, you know, I've been learning for over a year now, you know, and like I'm starting to see profits myself, and it's been a great journey. It's been a hard journey, but God has shown me the way, and you know, I've learned a lot of lessons over the over the year, and there's probably gonna be a lot more lessons to come. But at the end of the day, like, He teaches us things, and we grow from them. We grow from our pain. We grow through our struggles. Right? Because if everything was given to you, if everything is perfect all the time, how are you going to grow from that, man? You know, like, man, I started this business and it failed. All right, buddy, get right back up. Get right back at it and do it again, man. You know, I failed on this YouTube channel. I failed on my last YouTube channel, I should say. You know, they took it down. You know, I failed on my Instagram when I first started. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to do things. So I failed when I started to read the Bible. You know, I had no idea what I was reading, or nothing made sense. You know, I fell into religion rather than falling into Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And I've had a lot of hard things happen in my life, you know, the past couple years. But I can tell you, man, that what I'm telling you is true. You know, what I'm telling you is that just a lot of the times you guys are focusing on the wrong things. You know, start focusing on what really matters in this life, which number one is God. Number two is just becoming the best man you could possibly be, man. Ignore the distractions, ignore the noise, you know, like try to stay off porn, try to stay off, you know, all these things that they're messing with your mind. You know, and it messed with my mind for a long time, man. You know what I mean? I'm being honest, it did. It messed with me a long time. You know, and it's still hard. It's still hard sometimes. You know, like just struggles of your flesh, your human bodies. You know, whether it comes to lust or anger or pride or jealousy, whatever it might be, you know, that you're struggling with in your eternity right now, give that problem to God. You know, give that problem to God and work your ass off. Work on becoming the best version of yourself that you could possibly become. And with that, you're going to find peace. A lot of us are not at peace, man. A lot of us are depressed, anxious. Again, you're chasing these women. You think that these women are going to be the answer to your problems. You know, like, oh, I love her, Al. Like, love her as much as you want, man. You know, if you don't put God first, it's probably not going to work out, you know, especially in today's day and age, man. It's 2025. You know, and that's why in my life personally right now and forever, I choose God, man. You know, I choose God. I choose that, you know, I am gonna have to do what I have to do to better myself. And the same thing goes for you, man. Don't let these women tear you apart. You know, if they want to do OnlyFans, if they want to do porn, if they want to do whatever, if they want to go cheat on you, let them go do that. You know what I mean? If they're doing things that are disrespecting you, you know, you have to have that power inside of you as a man to move on. You know, to be, hey, you know what, I respect myself more than this. Because I'm telling you right now, homie, respect for yourself is everything. If you do not respect yourself, you are not going to make it out here. You know, respect yourself, be on your grind, be on your purpose, do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Stay on your grind. Stay on your purpose. Stay focused. Stay dialed in. Even when times are tough, even when things seem like impossible to get out of, man, you know, find that inner self. Find God, right? Find that inner Holy Spirit and use it in your everyday life. Use it to continue on even when you don't see things the way that He's going to see things. Because you're not always going to. You're not always going to see pros, and not every month is going to be great. Not every week is going to be great, but, you know, the God that I worship, He is bigger than our problems. He is bigger than your problems. He can help you through any issue, any battle, any war that you have going on internally in your head right now, man. You know, just give it to Him. I love you guys. Don't give up on yourselves. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep fighting even when things seem tough. StayCoolCoaching.com for coaching, for merch. If you want to support me, you know, make sure to smash that like button so more men can see this. Make sure to comment, you know, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on these videos. And I will see you guys on the next video.